First, I want to bring the former Arkansas governor, presidential candidate Mike Huckabee. And, sir, good morning to you there from the panhandle of Florida. When you consider the raw feelings between this incoming administration and the raw feelings on behalf of the intelligence community, how's this going to go with the jump?
Well, the question is, how is the intelligence community going to react with Donald Trump as president? And they need to show some respect. He's the elected president. And there was a headline on one of the other cable news outlets this morning, and it says, this was the wording, how can Trump repair relationships with the intel community? The real question is, how can the intel community repair relationships with Trump? He's the president. He was elected. They weren't. And I think that the call from Clapper was a big plus. But I do believe that there's got to be a depoliticization of the intelligence community, and they have become obviously a political weapon by virtue of the leaks. That has to stop.
It is clear, though, with the new administration, you have your own people at the top of these organizations. But yes, you will, for the most part, have everybody who's working there underneath them still working there underneath them. And is this going to be tricky, Governor?
Well, it always is. I mean, the bureaucrats, whether at the local, state, or federal level, always say this when a new administration comes in. We were here when you came. We'll be here when you leave. Have a good time, but we're still going to be here. And to a large degree, that's always the tension in any changeover of power. But I do believe you're going to see some very strong pushback from the president himself, as well as his chief people. And they're going to try to clean up this total mess. You know, the drain the swamp analogy is quite appropriate, Bill, and it's something that needed to happen a long time ago. There's great people in the intelligence community, terrific people, and it's unfair to the overwhelmingly good people that a few political people in those agencies have really sullied the reputation of what really should be a sterling kind of reputation for intel.
We get 3 new hearings today, and I don't know how much you've been able to see the hearings thus far this week. And at times they've been fascinating, at times they've been Washington dry. We'll see what we get today with James Mattis in 20 minutes, and then Mike Pompeo at the top of the next hour. And when you listen to their testimony today, it is clear the lawmakers are trying to figure out how they're going to associate with the incoming administration, how they're going to carry out their jobs, how they'll, in the case of the CIA, give advice to the incoming administration. I mean, all that stuff it's nuanced, but it's important, and it takes a trained ear to listen to it. How do you think that's gone?
Well, I think it's gone very well. I mean, the only thing that's a little embarrassing is I thought the Democrats taking on Jeff Sessions was deplorable, to borrow a term from Hillary, because they had praised him, worked with him, and then they turned very partisan. But it's part of the game, but it's also part of what people are so disgusted of. And when Donald Trump and his administration take power, they're taking power for the American people. It's not about the party of the Republicans. It's about the people, and people want there to be a big, bold, and quick change. That's what Donald Trump has to deliver when he takes office.
Mike Huckabee, thank you for your time. Santa Rosa, Florida there. Thank you, Governor. We'll talk again soon.
Thanks, Bill.